The second major of this CDL was nothing short of surprising. There were upsets left and right, starting from the very first series of the weekend, so it was only right that it ended off on that note. We're going to be reviewing the Atlanta Faze versus Los Angeles Guerrillas finals, and we're going to find out just how LAG took down a powerhouse squad. In this very first round, you're going to see that LAG is on defense, okay? And Atlanta Faze is pressuring the A-bomb site. But just watch how LAG go about this. They give up A-bomb completely. Instead of trying to retake as a team from their side, they decide that they're going to attempt to trap Atlanta Faze in. So you're going to see Slasher and Asum hit a long pinch through River, while Spar and Huke, they play their lives. And that's the most important thing. They don't throw their lives away. You see Asum and Slasher get through. Celium has no idea that he can get flanked. An easy first blood. Now this is where it gets interesting, because Faze, they make a good play. More specifically, Simp, number 2. He's in Hut right now, and he understands that this is what's happening. But when you look at Kyler and Spart, they're still not being overly aggressive. They realize that because Seam got the first blood, they need to play their life and let the play develop a little bit longer, because they need to see what other info Seam and Slasher can get for them. Now, like I said, Simp makes a great play because he reflanks LAG's flank. The only issue for Simp is it's not just Asum. It's not just a hero play. Slasher's right there for the trade, but when that kill goes down, Spart and Huke realize it's time to be aggressive, because they know the other Faze members have to be in this area on the map. So Slasher gets the trade, Huke gets one, and Arcides almost does the impossible, but they fly at him, they get the trade, and they tied up 1-1. And this is the very next round. And this is a round where LAG get first blooded. You see the nade come in from a BZ, but this is big brain plays out of the side of LAG. So C makes a huge play right here and wins a big gunfight on RC's top window. Okay. He realizes that's a very predictable spot. I don't know how the window just closed, but he wins a big 1v1. Now this is the actual play that I'm talking about. Instead of winning that, they don't just try and flood in the A, or they don't try to quick rotate. They back up a little bit, but they play patient. And you might be wondering, well, why would they do that? Because they know when that happens, it's going to kind of force Atlanta Faze's hand, because they don't want to just give up the A-bomb plant, right, in their heads. So LAG is trying to back up to see if they can draw someone on Faze out, because Faze is going to push up. They're going to realize, oh, no one's A. They're probably rotating B. And that's exactly what happens here. Celium gets a little bit too antsy, over peaks, and Slasher gets the second kill. And after Slasher gets that second kill, it goes from a 3v4 for LAG to a 3v2 in favor of them. And now they know, hey, we can hit this rotation, because at this point, Simp and Abizi have to make a play.
Gets the next one on cell, catches him before he can get to that tank.
And Simp realizes, I have to get to Abizi if they are going A. Once they get the info, hey, no one's A, they're probably going for this B plant. Atlanta Faze do the best they can. They essentially do exactly what LAG did the round before, trying to trap them in B. But the only difference is the B bomb site is a lot easier to move around. You're not as huddled up in this A area, right? Or you're not huddled up in this barn area. And while Faze try their best, LAG are just so close to each other to where they can trade effectively. And after they get that blood, LAG realizes that Abizi was pinching. That's why they pushed out towards Atlanta's spawn, realized, okay, if they were both here, Abizi would have been a lot quicker. They turn around, easy kill, easy round for LAG. A round that many teams would honestly just lose straight up. And here's a huge round. This is either to go up 5-3 for LAG or make it a 4-4 game. And I like this. This is the mind games that I'm talking about. LAG realize that Atlanta Faze hasn't had much success going A-bomb, so they're kind of hard countering. You can see number 6, Asum checks to see if there's anyone pushing A-bomb, like a stun or a nade, nothing. So they rotate over and they play a heavy B stack. Slasher gets the first blood on Simp with a nade. but it is traded out fairly quickly. But watch how LAG approach this retake again. It's a 3v3 situation. They realize that Atlanta Faze is going B, but look at the play. Spart is on the island now, and this is similar, huh? This is exactly what Slasher and Asim did rounds prior. This time, it's Slasher and Huke. It's a 3v3. Spart understands that he needs to play his life, so he backs up, okay? If he can get a free pick, he can, but he's not going to throw his life away. He's going to wait. Thank you, Chance. He's going to wait for Slasher and Huke to make a play. Look at how slow he's playing, how much he's valuing his life.
Here comes Slasher. Tags are in.
And now they trapped them. They trapped them because they can't be anywhere else, or at least they're betting on that because they pushed through their spawn, and Spart is watching LAG's side. Now, Atlanta Faze do a good job because when this happens, the ideal play for the team on offense is to push a side out so you don't trap yourself. You try to isolate a player, push him out, and then you can turn around. But Spart goes big, getting that first kill on Celium. And even though he gets traded, Huke is right there. They collapse instantaneously, making it a 2v1. 30 seconds on the clock again. OAKBOYZ kind of has rough shots, but brilliance out of the side of LAG. Next up, we have Tuscan Hardpoint. I said earlier that S&D was LAG's bread and butter this event, which it was, but they were still able to go toe-to-toe with one of, if not the best hardpoint team in the game in Atlanta Faze, and here's how. Something that LAG does a rather good job at is splitting the map while rotating. And what I mean by that is, look, you're going to see Huke push up to this P5 area and play a corner, number 8, while the rest of his team is rotating. But number 7 and number 5, they're rotating towards the hill. But you see how they don't have anyone on this top side of the map. They don't have anyone playing the tank. They don't have anyone pushed up, kind of where Simp is at right now. You know, assuming that Atlanta Faze is going to push through here because they want to split the map in half. Now, number 6, which is Asim, he's in church. He, I guess, is the one that is furthest away and kind of the one that isn't splitting as much. But what happens by this is when they set up, they only have to look in one direction. So because Huke is pushed up here, you're going to see LAG. They're able to get in the hill. And then number 5, which is Slasher, he's going to play this bottom right area of the map. He's not going to be around tank. He's not going to be pushing up here to where he can get picked, get put in a one-on-one that isn't tradable. So they know that because Huke has all of P5, that the rest of the Faze has to come either from mid alley or the back. So Asim gets a big kill here in church, and Slasher gets one before he dies, but that's all they need to do. Because of the setup that they had, you're going to see Asim, he goes right to green because Huke died front. He picks this cut up while all Spart has to do is watch the back because Slasher got one and he called out that there's another person there. You're going to see Asim not only kills OAKBOYZ, but then allows the flip. He gets a kill in church because Huke spawned out front, so he's calling this out. So they know that Atlanta Faze has now flipped the spawns. They still have control, and they have the spawns that you want for next hill. And Atlanta Faze end up actually getting the spawns for new, but they make a mistake. There's 16 seconds on the clock, and you're going to see them pressure this old hill instead of really rotating, and LAG capitalize on Atlanta Faze's mistakes. You're going to see Spart and Huke push through P5. Spart gets through. Huke gets the kill on number 1. But they just have a complete advantage, a man advantage on the rotation because Faze messed up and they went for that scrap time. So now not only do they have a full setup, but look at how far pushed out they are. So even though Huke dies, he still is going to spawn up in time to be able to get back into the fights before Atlanta Faze really has a chance to make a play. That's because he was able to be pushed up partially on the side of Atlanta Faze's blunder, but also because LAG played the rotation correctly. And now this is just a little something that I want to give props to Hugh for, and LAG as a whole. But if you guys are watching this, this is everything what you're about to see number 8 on the minimap. So LAG, there's 40 seconds left on the clock. They're up by about 40. They have the closer spawn to this hill, right? But trades are going down. Hugh inches up a little bit. He waits for Spart to come through mid alley, but watch, he gets a kill on hill. And instead of just continuing to push, look at how he repositions. Okay, because Slasher off spawn is in the back and he's kind of watching this top green, top rails area. Instead of Hugh just trying to get more aggressive and challenging Arcides, who's on the screen right now, he runs back, plays his life. Because he realizes that his teammates that are coming up off spawn that were just previously in the trades, they're going to be able to get to the hill quicker than Atlanta Faze's reinforcements. So he repositions, works this rails, gets another kill, but look, gets a kill, gets lost, runs back, bait and switch. I'm going to rewind that one more time. Just look at this masterclass play by Kyler. He does this break essentially by himself because of how he values his life. Not only does he get one, runs back, gives Slasher time to then push up. Also, his teammates all spawn. Gets another kill on a BZ, but instead of just pushing, which a lot of normal players would, even pros, but especially if you are an aspiring pro, they would push up, and Arcides would probably get this kill. He runs away, and look at Arcides' aimer, because he knows that Hugh is on these steps. A BZ's calling him out. Slasher, great help here out of him. Arcides is tilted. And here's another instance of where LAG decides to be very creative on their break. There's 51 seconds on this P5 hill, and look how far pushed out Atlanta Faze are. So because Atlanta Faze is pushed out so far, if BZ's in this spot that he is in P2, LAG know that someone is around here from their spawn, okay? So they get a blood on Arcides, but watch how they play it. They're going to be working through mid and fire side of the map, but Slasher, he knows that someone is around here, and because they got that kill, he's probably going to come back. You're not just going to sit in P2 on a P5 hill. That's exactly what a BZ does. Slasher plays patient as hell, gets another free kill, and now they have a complete pinch. And in the start, this was not favoring LAG, but because they were able to find the opener, but also play patient and let Atlanta Faze mess up, it allows them to break in this hill rather easily. And to cap off this Cinderella story, we have a Berlin SND. This is something that we've seen before. Atlanta Faze losing 5-2 in the finals and losing on a Berlin SND. We're going to see just exactly how LAG do it. So in the very first round, we see a 3v3. LAG's on defense. They give up the A plant. When a team plants A, they don't normally just sit in the A bomb site. Okay, they're going to be playing around this outer area where Arcides is at, or they might be pushed up to the kind of courtyard area, whatever the case may be. But Seam isn't just sliding out, you know, doing the basic, trying to catch one. He gets pushed up, waits for his teammates, and he also, great angle on Celium to turn it into a 3v2. And then he's out. You get one and you get lost. This is a mid-map adjustment, situational awareness, where he gets one, Celium's going to be calling him out. So while Celium is calling him out, he's assuming that Atlanta Faze might be looking for him. So if they focus on this side of the map, if he then groups up with Spart, which is what he's about to do, they can catch the other two players on Atlanta Faze off guard. And Atlanta Faze make a great play. Simp and RCDs actually play it right. This is something that I said in the earlier S&D, is when you are getting pinched after playing the bomb on offense, post-play on offense, ideally, you want to push one side out. It doesn't matter what side. Now, unfortunately for them, they pushed the wrong side out in terms of a numbers game, but they don't know that. You know, if they would have pushed out Slasher, maybe they win this round, but they don't. But because Seam groups up with Spark, it makes this a different round. So as you can see, Atlanta Faze, they push out, and Spark goes big and gets this first kill on Arcides. And even though he gets traded, Seam is right there to trade. Now, unfortunately, Sim makes a good play. Okay? Even though Seam doesn't get the trade, fundamentally, that is the perfect play. The fact that he grouped up with his teammate. He got Sim kind of weak. Sim kind of shit on him. But it allowed Slasher to come in and win the one-on-one because of the info that they had. They didn't have to look for him. Slasher kind of knew exactly where Simp was going to be, while Simp had no clue where Slasher could be. Round number 9, pressure at its highest. Okay, it's a 3v3 currently in this round. Atlanta Faze, they try to go B. Trades went down. Now they're rotating to A. But once again, look at the play that Hugh makes. He was the finals MVP for me. He decides to play this ratty ass corner because no one on his team really had info. They weren't sure 100% if they were going B. Slasher was obviously in fire, but Hugh doesn't want to get caught by himself. Okay, especially because they don't have any info. He knows that Atlanta Faze has tried to go B multiple times. All right, this is what I've said, the mind games. But when it's kind of got shut down, they try to rotate A. So assuming that he's not even going to put himself in a scenario where he only gets one and gets traded or doesn't get any and just dies. He plays very patient. He's definitely trying to sound whore. Look at this. All three players basically run right by Kyler and they set themselves up in a pinch. They're able to get one, but LAG is now in a 2v1. Celium, he knows that Hugh's behind him because he just got the kill, except the fact that Hugh ran away. Grouped up towards Spark. And Celium just does not have much time to work with. Spark wins a big gunfight, but even if he lost it, Hugh would have traded him out. And that's just a great individual play out of LAG, especially Hugh. And then the game-winning round. Once again, LAG had worked B-bomb majority of their offenses going into this. They switch it up. They go A. They don't send anyone B. Celium is playing this B-bomb site. Arcides is honestly not in a bad spot, but LAG, more specifically Asim, he works his way into A, gets a blood on a BZ. Arcides, unfortunately, isn't able to get the trade. Now, it wasn't a horrible spot for him, but the way Seam approached that to get the kill, if you look at the minimap on number 3, it was a big win. It was a big win out of Seam, but also he gets one and gets lost. He runs away because he knows his teammates are there. But once Arcides isn't able to get this trade, he's a sitting duck. Look at Hugh and Spark. Hugh knows exactly where Arcides is at. They have the blood. He knows Atlanta Faze might be making a play because that's normally what happens when you're in Atlanta Faze's shoes and you get blooded. You have to then try and get a trade. So Hugh is able to come in, get a free kill. But this is the brilliance. Asim got that first blood, right? And ran out, expecting some sort of rotation because Atlanta Faze isn't just going to stack exactly where a BZ was at. And he would have known that once he killed the BZ because there would have been more people there. It would have been that easy. He runs out through secret and he's going to be able to get another free kill right here on Simp. Now it's a 1v4 all up to Celium. This is over. And it's a well-deserved win. A Cinderella story at its finest. Congrats to LAG on a well-deserved win. I will not be doing what I said in my tweet, but we are close to 40,000 subscribers, so don't forget to hit the sub button. As always, guys, we're back. My editor CJ is back from his little vacation, so we're coming at you with videos non-stop.